Okay, and then I'm just gonna double check if I can, let me quit from Hades. Okay, cool. I'm gonna move this over here. I'm gonna double check that I'm streaming and it's magic and I can hear my audio. Yep, I can hear my audio. Excellent.
Yep, I can hear my
Okay.
audio.
Oh, now it's gonna
Excellent.
echo. Sorry, my fault. All right. Okay, next. Oh yeah, we need the list here, and then there we go. Excellent. And now let's go ahead and turn the trick list on, and let's see here. Trick list. Anybody in chat wants? Boom. Let's go ahead and pin. Oh wait. Hold on. I don't see the bot. Give me a second. I may have to tell the bot to be like, all right, get get good, bot. All right. Okay, here we go. And then now, okay, SRS on. Okay, there we go. Trick list chat. There we go. Okay, let's pin this. Okay. All right, excellent. Okay. All right. By the way, for anybody who hasn't seen my latest YouTube magic trick, I basically think I pull out the Twitch deck and I basically display every card that's signed in the current Twitch deck, basically to thank everybody. So it was kind of also a thank you to my patrons on Patreon, which as of the moment there's only one, and also subscribers on Ko-Fi, which at the moment there's only one. So um, yeah, if anybody wants to see that, that is here. It's also in the Discord. So, but I was like, oh, it's like a 5 minute performance, and I was like, you know, if I was trying to do tricks that mean more to me this year, this one definitely one of the tricks that means the most. So, thank you guys, everybody who's ever here on Twitch. If it wasn't for you guys, I just realized I can centralize this and make it look nicer. Okay, there we go. I don't know why it occurred to me now and not like before, but anyway. All right, I do have to put on cheating gloves. So for anybody who doesn't know what cheating gloves are, here they are. I'm going to be putting cheating gloves on. Okay, let me also make sure this is okay. Thank you for the lurk, Bert. I mean, I had a feeling you were lurking still because you lurked while we were playing Hades. So, but thank you for the re-lurk. All right, Charlie's Beats. Thank you for the Gibson eyes. Let's go ahead and do Gibson eyes so that I don't feel left out. Boom. Excellent. And then, okay, so now that you've seen me putting on cheating gloves, all right. So, great news if, and I did allude to this on an earlier stream, but this might be, is today the first Sleight of Hand Sunday? My, or maybe, was it last time? Oh, no, I think I might have mentioned. Anyway, so my Android app that I've been working on is now officially on the Google Play Store. So if anybody wants to check it out, if you go to the Play Store right now and you search for an app called Word Displayer, you'll see an app called Word Displayer by Nam, me, and that's the app I've been working on the last couple months. So it's super cool to see that it's there, and I did put together an episode of Nom Notes that's going to publish tomorrow about vibe coding, and then I have another one slated for later in the week. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to publish yet, but that one will be about getting an app into the Android App Store. Not on Apple, says Adam. Yeah, so I did discuss a little bit why I didn't do anything on Apple. It's partially because I'm in the Android ecosystem and I can't test anything on Apple, so that's part of it. And then the other part is I was complaining a little bit that some of the best Magic apps um, were all on Apple, and I'm like, why isn't it available on Android? And so if I create a Magic app now, I'm probably just going to put it on Android and not on Apple. So, sorry, Adam. My apologies. All right. Okay. All right. Guys, Adam has resubbed. Adam has resubbed during Hades, actually. So, but here's Adam signed 7 of Hearts. Adam07950. Thank you so much for the resub, Adam. Greatly appreciate it. And so here, I'm just going to go ahead and take you and place you into the middle of the deck. And of course, we envision that you don't just come to support once, but you come back to say hi. And here you are. I don't know if you can tell, but there you are. And then here's the thing. Even if I end the stream, and sometimes if you come and chat is empty and you don't see Adam there, that's okay. As we know, Adam will come back because look, there Adam is in chat right now. Andres, let's go! Congrats, crazy! Thank you, Andres. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I'm super happy and proud of the moment. So, Adam07950 is everywhere. So, look, some people think that magicians will swap out Adam07950, but look, you'll see that this is still Adam0950. Now, if we take Adam and if Adam logs off for the day, even if Adam goes on vacation, you might occasionally think that Adam might be here somewhere else. But if we just go ahead and just wait, Adam will come back. And there we have Adam07950. Adam, thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. And that was a good opening, and that's my usual ambitious. I'm going to give myself credit for doing that one as well. So, Feldengain, thank you so much for shouting Bert out. Thank you kindly. Guys, if you're not following our friend and mod, Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. And also, guys, if you're not following our friend and mod, Feldenkane, please give Feldenkane a follow. Kyo Demon has requested Coin Squeeze. All right. And Andres has requested Countdown Packet. All right. Excellent. Thank you for the requests, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. Thank you kindly for the shout out. You're welcome, Feldenkane. Appreciate it. And guys, you're not following our friend Kyo Demon, please give Kyo Demon a follow. Variety gamer, but has been playing Final Fantasy Tactics, Hades, Bloodborne, and uh, Poppy Time. I think the last chapter you were on was chapter like 4, unless you did more chapters than I wasn't watching or noticed. Which can happen because honestly, I'm not really into like some of the horror games, but I've considered playing some. But uh, okay, an ad break is starting soon. All right, all right. I'm actually not going to start the trick yet, and I'll wait for after the ad break. And then also we have a request from Andres. Thank you for the request as well, Andres, for Count Packet. So yeah, let's go ahead and get ready for that one as well. Part of it is like remembering how to do the trick. Andre says, and he has kittens, yay! Yeah, yeah. If you didn't know, Q Demon's cats. One of them is named Kyo, which I presume that's how the username. And then the second cat is named, and it took me a while to figure out until I heard him say it on stream. Is um, mean. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Don't quote me on that one. All right, let's see here. So we're gonna need this, that, the other thing, and this. Okay. Oh, Kyo's got the emotes right there. Yep. Nah, mean. So Kyo, nah, mean judges you. That's that emote, and then the other one is Kyo Junior greets you. That's all right. Cool. Let's see here. And there. Okay. And Felden Kane's got the fish. Which, by the way, I forgot that I had a fishing emote that I could use, and it's literally just me doing this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Currently waiting for the ad break to end, and then when we come back, I will start doing tricks from the queue. All right. If we had like a sound effect, would it be crazy if like emotes also had sound effects? What would this sound effect be? I don't know. I'm just I'm just playing. All right. Let's see here. All right. The ad break is finishing now. And Charlie has also requested a trick. Excellent. Thank you guys for the requests. All right, and let me begin with coin squeeze. All right, so first things first, we have, hold on, let me just make sure this is centered. Oh, you know what? I see a little shadow here, and it's because I usually move this forward so that the light hits this better. Okay, so hold on, I gotta reposition the chairs. Okay, all right, here we go. So we have this metal tube. If I was to connect them and show you that things can just go right through. So if I take this pen and I just drop it, it will just drop right through. However, we have this particular $50, and if we take the $50 and place it here, it happens to be nestled perfectly right there. If you could tap it, you can inspect it. It is exactly as it seems. And let me go ahead and tighten this, and now you can't see through it because there is a coin in there, and if we try and put anything in there, uh, nothing will work. So now let me just go ahead and show you. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters, and so now if I go ahead and Bay JMB says, "Hi Nam, hi Bay, how's it going, Bailey? Welcome in. How's it going?" I'm gonna go ahead and place all 4 coins in here. Thanks for shouting out Bay JMB, Feldenkane. Um, Guys are not following our friend Bay JMB. Bay JMB is a fellow magician and has streamed magic before, so definitely go give Bailey a follow. All right. Okay, I think. All right. Thanks for the shout out. You're welcome, Bay JMB. All right, so here we go. But you don't see any of those coins going through the metal tube, right? So let's go ahead and place these 4 into the top, like so, and all we have to do is snap And that will make 1 travel from the top down to the bottom, because there it is. And now, here's the 3. I'm going to take these 3 and place it into the top. And now, if I just go ahead and I snap, that will make 1 travel from the top down to the bottom. And so now, of course, what we can do, take these 2, we're going to place these 2 into the top, snap, 1 will drop from the top down to the bottom, and of course, we have 1 left. Now, if you were here, I would ask you to just go ahead and put your hand underneath here, and when I drop this coin in, you will feel and see it. Ready? 1, and I don't know if you saw it go right through. And now, once that has happened, we can go ahead and open up this, drop everything onto the table, and fully inspect everything. And that is the coin squeeze. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That is one of the newest additions to the trick list and is also another coin trick. So thanks for requesting that, Kyo. Thank you kindly for the claps. Kyo, Felden. Love a coin trick, says Bay Jambi. Excellent. Thank you kindly for the applause, Andres. All right, next up we have a trick called Countdown Packet. And so, let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards here. However, we don't need to count them to figure out how many cards are in the pile. We can just simply look at any of the cards. And if we look at any of the cards, there's actually 4. And of course, the cards that we have here are indeed the 4 of diamonds, the 4 of clubs, the 4 of hearts, and the 4 of spades. Now, all I have to do is, if I just go ahead and I leave the 4 of spades here on the deck, now there's only 3 cards here, right? But we don't have to count the cards. We can just look at any of the cards and we'll see that one of them is a 3, another one is a 3, and then this last one is a 3. But if I just go ahead and I remove a 3 and I take it and leave it, so now there's 2. But remember, we don't actually need to look. We don't need to count the cards because there's actually there's 2 2s because. But now if we take a 2 and take it out of the packet, we only have 1, and we don't have to count it, even though it's really easy to count 1 because there's actually an ace will represent 1. There we go. And that, my friends, is down packet. And actually, was that a boss trick? Hold on, I have to check the spreadsheet. I have like 4 boss tricks, like technically, I think, running right now. So wait, if that was a boss trick, let me see here. Boom, boom, boom. No, okay. Surprisingly, that was not a boss trick. All right, okay. I remember having trouble with it recently, but I guess not too recently. Thank you kindly for the claps. Felden Kane, Andres, Charlie's Beats, Bayjambi. All right. Next up, we have a trick called Ace on Top. And in this case, Charlie requested it, so let's go ahead and use the Ace of Spades as the ace. Okay, so this is a trick called Ace on Top, but I'm going to introduce you to all the cards first. So here we have the Ace, the 2 of spades, the 3 of spades, the 4 of spades, and the 5 of spades. Now, the thing with these is that I'm going to tell you about an interesting property. If the ace ever gets displaced so that it is not on the top, it will become the one on the top. I know, it sounds a little bit bizarre, but look, here's the magical move. I'm going to go ahead and turn this there. Did you guys see the magic? Whether you did or not may not matter. Is it because you believe? So what card is this? If you said the 5, you would be incorrect. Because, well, the name of the trick is ace on top, right? Ace on top. And now if I show you, the ace is on the top, right? And now what follows the ace? It's the 2. I know. Super crazy. What follows the 2? The 3? Yeah. And then what follows the 3? The 4 and the 5? Um, Welcome in, Chan. How's it going? Thank you for the requests, Andres and Chan. We'll get to them right after this one. But question, what card is this? If you guess the 5, you're very trusting. If you guess the 4, you're a little trusting, but not too trusting. If you guess the ace, well, if you guess the ace, you've been paying attention to the name of the trick. Ace on top. What follows the ace? The 2. What follows the 2? The 3. What follows the 3? The 4. And what follows the 4? The 5. And so the packet has this strange property where it likes to correct itself. All right, what card is this? If you were not paying attention, this... I didn't even do any magic. I literally just turned the packet over. It's an ace. It's an ace. Okay, so look, I'm going to go ahead. Let's go, says Andres. I'm going to go ahead and take this and place it into the middle of the packet. So it's definitely not on the top. It's definitely not on the bottom, right? But now, if I snap, that will bring the ace back up to the top. Now, here, I'm going to go ahead and take the ace and place it clearly into the middle, right? It's going to go right here. It's not going to go, right at the bottom or the top. It's going to go right here. But look, if I snap, that will bring the ace back up to the top. I know, super weird, right? Now, what follows the ace? Now that I've removed the ace, you'll be able to see that the 2 is the one that's next, right? But if I take the 2 and place it furthest away from where it's supposed to be, we'll place it here. So right on the bottom, right? But look, now if I snap, that 2 travels up to the top. I know, it's super weird. It shouldn't work that way, but that's just how it works, right? Okay, so I have 3 other cards, and what if I told you we could perform the trick? I mean, not we, the packet would perform the trick by itself without any... Here, let me just show you. So first we have this entire packet. So in order for this trick to work with all the cards face up, um, the 2 has to jump all the way up here and swap places with the 5. The 3's got to go into the middle. The ace has got to jump all the way up to the top. And the 4's got to take over one position, right? And so all of those things have to happen in order for this to work correctly. But let me just go ahead and show you the one thing that needs to happen. We just need to grab the ace. So let's slide that out. And then that's going to go ahead and lay on top. And now, let me just show you that the packet has corrected itself because, well, we know that the ace is on the top because we can see it, right? But it's followed by what? The 2, which is then followed by the 3. And then it's followed by the 4, which is then finally followed by the 5. And that, my friends, is ace on top. Thank you kindly for the applause and the claps. Bay JMB, Chan the Magic Man, Andres. Andre says, what? Mind blown. Haven't seen that one, Andres? Yeah. I like that one. That was one of my favorite. Yeah. Chan the Magic Man, thank you so much for the 3 stream watch streak. Thanks, Chan. Thank you kindly for the claps. Feldon Kane and the applause. Andres, thank you. Thank you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. All right. Let's see here. Um, add to 3 minutes. Thanks, Chan. So let's see. Do I rush the next trick? Let's see. Hold on. I do have to find this. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So we have 4 cards. Sorry, four coins. 4 coins in 4 different corners. Thank you for the request, Andres. And then we have these clear cards right here. These clear cards I'm going to use to cover each one of these coins. And now we're going to go ahead and make the coins jump from corner to corner using these. Okay, so it happens pretty quick. All right, so I'm going to make this one jump from here to there. Okay, 1, 2, and I don't know if you can tell, but that coin has jumped from here to there. And now we're going to make this one jump from here to there. 1, 2, and I don't know if you can tell, but that has now jumped. And then this last one, 1, 2, and 3. And I don't know if you can tell, but look, now we can fully inspect each and every card. And I swear it's because these people think that there's something happening on the other side of these cards. And there we have it. And that is the clear card coin matrix. Thank you for that request, Andres. Hopefully that looked okay. There was like one point where I'm like, I don't know if I like how this looks, but it's very minor. It doesn't affect really anything magical. So, Andres, thank you so much for the claps and the applause. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. All right, next up we have the Devil's Elevator, which will eat into the ad time, so I will wait until after the ad is over before we do that one. And actually, I might keep all of the coin matrix stuff out because I'll do the regular coin matrix and the cardless coin matrix probably after. But yeah, so um, Andre says crazy uses teleportation to perform these magic tricks. Well, Andres, shh, don't tell anybody. You didn't hear anything. Shh, you didn't hear anything. Shh, that was not. Shh. Don't tell them I have the technology. They'll want to take it from me. But in the meantime, we can definitely get ready for Devil's Elevator. Let's see. In the interim, let me tell you guys that I have a real life gig coming up. It's actually a public magic show at the library, and it's happening on Tuesday. So I'll be doing that Tuesday evening, and that should be super fun. And it will be my 3rd library gig, I think. Yeah, so 3rd library gig. All right, let me go ahead and grab Kyo Demon. Thank you so much for the Final Fantasy VII fanfare. Yes, victory. And also, I do have another public library show coming up in May, and so that one's also officially booked as well. And so, yeah, so they're going to be really cool. They're going to be really fun. It's going to be me doing an hour of magic, and of course, you guys know that I can do an hour of breakneck magic if I wanted. Um, because I did 4.5 hours of breakneck magic. So 1 hour should be pretty easy. Um, the difference is I will get to interact with people, and so I can have people come up to the stage and interact. They can count cards, they can hold them in their hands, that kind of thing. So um, it's been really fun to find which tricks that I know that maybe I haven't yet performed with too many people, how it will work in like a setting like this. And so that's been a really interesting, fun thing to discover as I've been doing real gigs. So, but as anything else, like it just takes some planning, some forethought, and you know, I could do what I do on stream, but I think that'd be really boring for a lot of people, especially if they come to the show expecting, oh, I want to be able to pick a card, I want to touch that card, I want to hold it. Bay JMB says, "Oh Nam, guess what book I got?" Bay JMB. Okay, the ad break is finishing. All right, Bay JMB. I'm going to make a guess. Is the book that you got The Approach? That's my first guess. If it's not correct, I have other guesses, but that's my first guess. It is, says Bay JMB. So for anybody who doesn't know, I had alluded to reading a book. I believe I read it like December of last year because I got it from a Black Friday sale at one of the magic shops online. But it's basically a book and a guide to becoming a professional paid magician. And the cool thing about the book is that it's not like a heavy read. Like each chapter might be like a page. I think maybe the longest chapter in the book is like 3 pages. Um, so there's like, I don't know, 70, 80 pages. I forgot how many, sorry, chapters. I forgot how many chapters, but it goes through from like a practical sense, like what you should do to prepare yourself to do real like live gigs. Um, and the book focuses primarily on becoming a walk around magician. So it's a little bit different if you're doing a show, but for the most part, I would say like 70, 75% of the book can apply to basically most magicians. Um, I mean, I guess depending if you take like a really strict interpretation, maybe like 60% of the book. But I mean, for the most part, it's a pretty useful book. But it's not just structured as like knowledge; it's structured like a workbook. So, as you read this thing, then the book says, "All right, now you sit down. You get something to write with, and you physically write in this book. Here's like 10 lines. Write down all the tricks that you know good well enough to perform, for people." And I'm like, oh my god, this is actually a brilliant book. Like, so yeah, I would recommend it to anybody who wants to do live gigs and get paid. And that is, just yeah. If nothing else, it's a very fun read. There's like some funny humor in there, but also like because I'm interested in like some of the horror stories, and he says, yeah, here's some mistakes that I made, and here's how not to make those mistakes. And I'm like, that's good to know because I didn't make that mistake yet. So, all right. But Bay JMB, well, have fun reading it. If you have any, if you want to talk about any of it, let me know. If I've gone through it, I went through it like not too long ago, like 3 months ago, 4 months ago. So, all right, cool. Let's go ahead and do the Devil's Elevator. Thank you for that request, Chan the Magic Man. All right, so first things first, we have the red sixes and nines over here. And I just use the red sixes and nines mostly because at certain angles it'll look like 666, and the trick is called the Devil's Elevator, and that makes a lot of sense. Bay JB says, "I'll let you know once I get to it." Excellent, excellent. And then here, you know what? I'm going to introduce these cards separately. So let me go ahead and just leave the four red sixes and nines over here, and then so I'm going to go ahead and place the Queen of Clubs here. So this is going to represent Chan the Magic Man. The Magic Man uh, requested the trick here, and so here's Chan the Magic Man, which would normally be represented by the 5, but now we have the 4. I talk English good today. I'm Asian. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. There's the 3. Here's the 2. Now, we're going to go ahead and take the 2 and place the 2 here in the second level of hell. Now, as everybody knows, hell is a religious place, but it's not just a religious place. It is a business. And as all good business is, there's a maintenance elevator. If you ever find yourself in the deep levels of hell, so here's the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth level of hell. So the 2 is going to be placed here in the second level of hell. All you have to do is make sure that the 2 finds the devil's elevator, goes into the devil's elevator. Doors close, press the elevator button. The elevator will do its thing to bring you to the topmost level of hell. And that's the easiest one to escape to the surface because that's the one that's closest. Um, and so if you're playing if you're playing Hades, so this one is Tartarus. This one is Asphodel. This one is Elysium. This is the Temple of Styx. And if the 2 knows how to play Hades, the 2 now has come up to the top. I know, interesting, right? So now let's go ahead and take the 3. The 3 is going to go into the third level of hell. First, second, third. Close that up. If we just go ahead and so that 3 is going to fight through Elysium and the Temple of the Styx because now look, the 3 is here, right on the top. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Now, some people believe that if we take a look, those adventurers are spread throughout. But actually, if we these are the same red 6s and 9s we've been looking at the entire time. And here, if I show you the 4, right? So the 4 is here. But if we take the 4 and place it here in the 4th level of hell, or in Asphodel, all it's got to do is fight all the way up to the top, get in that devil's elevator. We're gonna cheat. We're gonna cheat a little bit. It's like the cheat code. And I don't know if you could tell, but look, now right here on the top is indeed the 4 of clubs. Now, some people believe that there were a bunch more levels of hell, but if we just go ahead and place in this case, it would have been the 5, but Chan the Magic Man is going to go in at the bottom. But Chan has seen this trick before, knows about the Devil's Elevator, and knows how to go into the doors, let the doors close, press the elevator button, the elevator does its thing. Chan the Magic Man knows how to escape. Will Chan the Magic Man get out? There we go. Chan has used the elevator proper to escape from the levels of hell, and these are the same red 6s and 9s we've been using the whole time. And that, my friends, is the Devil's Elevator. Thank you for clearing that, Chan. Thank you kindly for the claps and the ding. Chan the Magic Man, thank you for that request. I know, so weird. Thank you kindly for the claps, Andres, and the applause. And Felden Kane is like, in the bag. And Jeffy B. Thank you for the lurk, Chan. And thank you kindly for the claps, Felden Kane. All right. Next up, we have a request from Andres called Elevon. So let's go ahead and get ready for that. Okay. By the way, if you've been sitting around for a while and you're not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. Today I am having the last of my orange passion fruit tea, and I added a little bit of the pumpkin spice to it. So mostly because I'm like, oh, I don't know if that's enough flavor for just the tea, and I'm like, let me fill it with something. What tea do I have the most of? This pumpkin spice stuff. Let me just use some of that. Surprisingly, it tastes pretty good. Thank you kindly, Charlie, for that request. I see that. We will get to that one after this one. All right. So, I've set aside 3 cards. These 3 cards we have are the 3 of spades, the 2 of spades, and of course the ace of spades. Now, if I take the ace and I place it here on the bottom, all I have to do is press this elevator button, and that ace will travel from the top all the way down to the bottom. It's like a reverse devil's elevator. Wait, hold on. We're going to start over. Not because I messed up the magic, I messed up the presentation. I messed up the presentation. I cannot believe I messed up the presentation. Alright, okay. We didn't see any. I know, there was nothing to see. Because I didn't technically mess up the magic. I actually messed up what I said. So, here, you'll even see okay, so we're going to do it the exact same way again because, that's. Alright, so 3 of spades, 2 of spades, ace of spades. All right. I'm going to take the 8 and place it at the bottom. This is where I messed up. I said it was going to go down. It's like, no. So I'm going to press the elevator button. That ace will travel from the bottom to go back up to the top. So this is like the regular devil's elevator. See, like the magic was perfectly fine. I could have kept on going, but I was just like unhappy with how I structured the performance. Because now if we take a look, the ace is here on the top. Now if we take the 2, and okay, this is where I wanted to say this is a reverse devil's elevator because we're going to press this and it will send the 2 from the top all the way down to the bottom. See, and now there we have it. Okay. Okay. All right. And now we have the 3 right here. Okay, the 3. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place that kind of in the middle of the deck, like right here. Okay, and we're just going to push that in till it's about, like halfway there. Okay. We have the ace and the 2, and here's the interesting thing about the ace and the 2. Okay, so if I go ahead and so you can even see that this is still there, right? I'm going to go ahead and push this. As I push this, we're going to go ahead and see the 3 appear, hopefully, in between the ace and the 2, because now there is a card in between the ace and the 2. And which card is it? It is indeed the 3 of spades. And that was Elevon. Or if I want to put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable, I could call it 11. It makes perfect sense, right? You could pronounce that 11. I think you could pronounce it 11. Thank you kindly for the claps. Kyo Demon, Andres, Feldenkane. Thank you for the applause, Andres. Charlie's Beat, thank you for the claps. And lol, yeah, I know, right? What trick do you want to see? 11. Oh, you want me to turn it up to 11? No, I want to see the card trick 11. What do you mean? And then you realize, oh, it's the name of a trick. I don't know why. Sometimes on stream, I always think, has anybody seen that Eddie Izzard sketch? And if you've been here on stream before, it's not the first time I've mentioned that. Would you like death or cake? Ah, cake? Yes, you can have some cake. Death or cake? Cake? All right, very well then. All right, death or cake? Oh, we're all out of cake. Death! Yes. Or say cake or death. Yeah. Beth kind of sorta. Welcome in. How's it going? Yeah. Was that pen part of the magic? Cake on death. I'll take the fish. Says cute. Oh man. Okay. Let's see. Next up, we have a request from Charlie's Beach. Thank you for the request, Charlie. And welcome in, Beth kind of sorta. And I want cake, says Beth kind of sorta. Oh, I want to do an informal poll. All right. The poll is: which do you prefer more? Prefer cake or all right. Okay. There we go. Cake or death. All right, guys. Informal poll is up. All right. Let's see. An ad break is starting soon. Okay, I won't start this trick until after the ad break, but we will go ahead and prepare for it, and also we'll have the poll running. So, which, by the way, I wouldn't know how to do a poll unless I started doing polls in Gibson Lens's stream. I'll take death. I mean cake. Says Kyo. just just okay. I opened up the poll and I expected everybody to have cake. There's actually there's actually more responses for death than cake. And I swear I was not trolling when I. There's another vote for death. Oh, you guys. You guys are hilarious. Have you seen this world? I mean, I have seen this world, I guess, yeah. All right. I just started thinking about cake in a non-referential way, says Beth kind of sorta. It's as though cake was like this ethereal cake, right? It's like I'm flying up into the air and here I am. What if what if so Kyo mentioned something the other day that was like a new youngster like Gen Z TikTok. I forgot what it was, but um what if hey guys, you caking? If that was like a new thing. Beth kind of sort of said, "You guys all wishing for your meteor of doom." Hey, you leave Final Fantasy VII out of this, okay? Sorry, spoilers. I mean, as I said, statutes of limitations on a game that's like more than 25 years old. Wait, more than 20, 28. Is Final Fantasy VII more than 28 years old? Oh my god, it's more than 28 years old. Uh, yeah, there's a big meteor of doom in Fantasy VII. OG. The ad break is finishing now, and you know what? So is the poll. And the winner is death! 3 votes for death, 1 vote for cake. I guess the cake is all done. The poll has ended. All right. Well, guys, that was that was not expected, but hilarious. All right. So, okay, for anybody who was in ad breaks, what did I say? Oh yeah, cake or death? I'll take death. I meant cake. Have you seen this world? Started thinking about cake in a referential way. I talked about cake as being like a maybe like a new substance. Hey, you caking? Like, and you get really high, or you fly up into the air, or you get high off of cake. I don't know. All right, that's all you guys missed. Okay. It was probably funnier as I was doing it organically, but anyway. Okay, next up we have a trick that was requested by Charlie's Beats, and I have 4 cards here. Let me introduce you to them. We have the Ace of Spades, the Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Clubs, and the Ace of Diamonds. Okay, so here, what I want to do is if I was to hold the packet, let me simulate it. So, like, if I hold the packet, let's say I'll use the Ace of Spades as like an example. So if I hold this and I shake it, one of the aces should turn face up. I know it's really hard to believe, but look, I'm just going to go ahead and hold this packet and give it a shake. Now that will turn up one of these aces, in this case, the Ace of Diamonds. Okay, once again, all of these are face down, but if I hold the packet and I give it a shake, that will turn up another ace, and this is going to be the Ace of Clubs. So we now know there are 4 face down aces, but if I hold the packet, that will turn one of the aces face up. And in this case, it will be the Ace of Hearts. Now we have one more to hit up, but if I show you 1, 2, 3, 4, they're all face down, right? If I hold the packet, give it a shake, that will turn one of them face up, and that will turn up the final one, the Ace of Spades. Now, here's the interesting thing. That's how you take 1, 2, 3, 4 aces, and if you hold it and shake it, that will turn them face up. But I'm going to do one more little trick with them. If I spread the entire deck, just so you see that they're all facing the same direction, and all I have to do is cut these aces into the middle, like so. I can hold the whole deck and shake. And by doing that, that should allow all 4 aces to turn face up. Did you guys like my little snake thing? I don't normally do that. I just spread it normally. It's like, here's a snake. Sorry. Unless you're into Dune, in which case this could be a sandworm. Sandworm, right? Or if you used to play old school Windows Solitaire, this is the cards flowing off of each pile after you win in Windows Solitaire, right? Yeah. So, there we go. Or it could look like a fish. Yeah, that's right. Thank you kindly for that request, Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly for the claps, Andres. And thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie's Beats. Thanks for the applause, Andres. Appreciate it. All right. Okay, let's see here. Next up, thank you kindly for the claps, Feldon Kane. Next up is an original trick of mine called Polarization of Light. It's based on a simple card sleight principle, but I put together the presentation of the polarization of light, and as far as I could tell, nobody has presented it this way. And so I was like, all right, it's mine. So here we go. Thank you for the request, Kyo Demon. Let's go ahead and find Kyo Demon's card. Let's see here. So I'm looking at the deck, and Kyo Demon's card is not here. Oh, I know. Here, let me just 1, 2, and there you go. There's Kyo Demon's card. And so, okay, all right. Thank you, Kelly, for the clap for the production. So in Magic, for anybody who doesn't know, when we make a card disappear, that is called a vanish, and so we may see a card vanish, like, oh no, that was off camera. So hold on. And then we make a card reappear. That's called a reproduction. Anyway, so when we have a card that's facing in the opposite direction in a deck, oftentimes we will be able to see that card no matter which way we fan the deck. If we fan it horizontally, we'll be able to see it. It's very clearly there. If we fan it vertically, we will also be able to see it there. However, if you are aware of the concept of the polarization of light, let's go ahead and polarize Demon's card, and it's going to be polarized vertically. And so I'm going to leave this pen in the vertical position so that we know that this is polarized vertically. Now, if I go ahead and I place Demon's card here into the middle of the deck, right? All we have to do is spread horizontally, and the thing is, we won't be able to see Demon's card. It's not that it won't be there; it's there. You just can't see it. See, because it is vertically polarized, and so when we spread it vertically, you will easily be able to see it because there it is. Now, let's go ahead and polarize this horizontally. And so we're now polarizing Demon's card horizontally. And now if we place Demon's card here into the middle, and all we have to do is begin by fanning the cards vertically. Before, you could see it pretty easily, but now if I just kind of spread through, it's not very immediately evident. It's obviously still there because it's just polarized and you just can't see it, right? But because it's horizontally polarized, if we spread horizontally, it will be very clear where it is. And that, my friends, is polarization of light. I would say, oh, there's no duplicates, blah blah blah. I mean, there's all the cards. All these cards are all signed. Okay, they're all signed. I have all of the unsigned cards over here in a separate pile, with the exception of one that I pulled in for a trick because we needed a 3 earlier. But yeah, so here we have the 6 remaining cards in this Twitch deck before we change to a new Twitch deck. Obviously, when this one's full, I'm going to keep it for sentimental reasons. But thank you kindly for the claps. Demon, Andres, thank you for the applause. Felden Kane, and that was polarization of light. Excellent. All right, let's see here. Man, we're trucking through. We're doing a lot of tricks today. Let's see. Oh, did I leave my coins? Oh yeah, right here. Demon has requested a trick. I'm going to do a trick ahead of that, actually. And then we will do Hourglass. Okay. I just do these two together, basically. Wait! Oh, I'm waiting. What am I waiting for? I'm waiting with bated breath. I'm waiting. Oh, can you do that trick with MTG cards? Oh, Hourglass? Yes, I can do. Yes, I can do that with Magic the Gathering cards. Certainly. Let me see here. Let me update. Have you been working on new crazy magic tricks? I've not been working on anything new besides the ones that are showing up on my YouTube channel. So if you see, let me see, with MTG cards. Yeah, so let me put that note here. Okay, so we will do that when that comes up. And let's go ahead and do, so I'm going to do coin matrix, then the cardless coin matrix, because I basically do that as like one trick now. And then we'll do Hourglass with Magic the Gathering cards. All right, excellent. So let's go ahead and, oh yeah, let me show you the magic screen. Otherwise, this doesn't look impressive at all. Okay, we have 4 coins here, and if you were here, you can inspect the 4 coins. We have 4 cards here. I could borrow the coins and the cards. That doesn't matter. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and cover each coin with a card, and in doing so, we will hopefully be able to make the coins teleport from corner to corner. Now, I remember we did earlier this exact same trick, but with clear cards, and so now it's going to be slightly more mysterious because you won't be able to see them. I mean, you couldn't really see them jump before anyway, and so now we're gonna make this one. Okay, all right. There we go. That is the regular coin matrix, and now we're going to be doing this with no cards, and so we're gonna set these up so that the coins are in the rectangle once again, and hands are empty, and 1, 2, and 3, and we'll make this one jump 1, 2, and 3, and then here we go 1, 2, and 3, and we have 1, 2, 3 right here. And we have 1 over there. 1, 2, and 3. All 4 are now over there. And then we've been doing the new finale. So we're going to try and make the rectangle again. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Gotta breathe in really hard for this part, and there we go. And that, my friends, is the cardless coin matrix. Even if you know how that's done, looks good, right? And if you don't know how it's done, looks good, right? Andres got the thank you kindly for the claps. Keo Demon, Charlie's Beats. Andre says his powers are beyond understanding. And then he claps. Thank you kindly for the claps, Andres and Felden Kane. Thank you for the applause. And ad break is starting soon. All right. I will let me not do the trick until the ad break is over so that people who are not subbed will be able to watch it as well. But also, I have to get Magic the Gathering cards. Beth Kinda Sorta says, by the way, the weekend went by too fast. Beth Kinda Sorta, I would normally agree with you. Except when I'm unemployed, the days kind of mesh together a little bit. So, um, Cute Demon says, meow meow, meow meow, neha. Uh, so I don't know what that translates to, but if you want to give us the translation. Okay. Oh, there's exactly 8 of these? Oh man. Okay. That might have been I can probably yeah, let's do it that way. By the way, I'm just wondering, is it strange to hear my deep voice and then me doing meow meow, meow meow neha? To hear you say it after ads, lol. um, that reminds me of a commercial that I once heard. Meow 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 meow. Andres asks, will there be a collaboration with KO Demon where Crazy makes one of Kyo's kittens appear on stream? That I'm not even sure if I'll be able to make it to Texas for restaurant magic and free food. If I would do that first before we went to Kyo's house for cat for cat showing. But yeah, lol. Charlie's beat with the stare. Would be weird if I did that for the whole 90 seconds. That's all an okay. We want you magic. Andres lol. Okay. All right. Let me see here. 2, 4, 6. Okay. Okay. All right. We have enough to begin that trick, and then and then we'll have to get ready for I know kung fu after that. So let's actually prep for I know kung fu, and then, which by the way, guys, I don't know if you guys knew, the knowledge probably has left me already, but when I was young, I did take kung fu classes. Um, I don't think I studied for very long, nor did I get very far, but technically there was some knowledge there. All right. Oh, thank you for officially using the redeem. All right. Thanks, Kyo. All right. So here we go. This is a trick that I definitely consider an original, and I call it Hourglass. Here we have 4 Magic the Gathering cards, and here we have 4 Magic the Gathering cards. Now, I'm going to go ahead and place these 2 Magic the Gathering cards, or sorry, these 8 Magic the Gathering cards, and place them in 2 piles onto the table. So here, I'll go ahead and place these 4 over here, these 4 over here. Now, right now, this is going to represent an hourglass that is on its side, okay? And when we turn the hourglass, more sand should go to the side that is down because gravity will pull the sand down. And we will say that towards you, so the way that you're watching, that way is down and this way is up. Okay? And so let's go ahead and turn the hourglass. So they started off as 4-4, and now we can go ahead and have some of that sand travel downwards. And if we take a look in this pile, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sand in it. And if we take a look in this pile, this has 1, 2, 3 in it. All right. But now, if I just go ahead and I turn it the other way, I'll do this slowly so you guys don't think there's any funny moves. And now some of that sand should go back. And so now, this one was the one that had 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And now some of that sand has returned. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But now if we leave it going this way, some more sand should go down. And if we count up here, this is 1, 2, 3. And down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But not only that, if we actually freeze frame right here, we can inspect the sand that is in each part of the hourglass. And up here, there is actually 3 sand, and down there, there is actually 5 sand. And that, my friends, is Hourglass with Magic the Gathering cards. Did you guys see the sleight of hand? I don't know if you guys saw the sleight of hand, because look, here's a sleight of hand. 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 Here's a sleight. There's all of them are sleight of hands. And if you're curious, there is legitimately 8 of them. That's 2 playsets. 2 playsets. White bordered, 9th edition, if anybody cares. There you go. Thank you kindly for the tap symbols, Feldon Kane, and thank you kindly for the claps, Kyo Demon, and Andres, and Charlie's Beats. Thank you for the applause, Andres, and Andres also has the. Sorry, that's every time I see the colon O or the colon 0. That's what it reminds me of. I try and make the XD face sometimes, but it's just that's my XD face. That sounds so weird to say. Yeah, XD. That's the face. Um, all right, let's see. What's up? I know. You know what? I was going to do I know Kung Fu with regular cards, but let's go ahead and do it with Magic the Gathering cards because I've already got some of these out. I think there is only one stipulation, so I may just swap out. Oh no! Wait. Oh no no no. Yeah yeah. I might swap out some cards. Okay. Let's go ahead and use. Um, let's see. What will you not mix up with a sleight of hand? A goblin shortcutter, right? You would not mix up a goblin shortcutter with a sleight of hand. Okay. All right. Ha ha ha, says Andres. And thanks for the Mo Mokoi Charlie emotes, Kyo. All right, cool. All right. Okay. So here I have 4 sleight of hands. I did switch them out because these are blackboarded. And we have Goblin Shortcutter. So you would not mix this up with these, right? Because it's red. And so here's what we are going to do. I'm going to go ahead and turn these face down. And then, of course, we're going to leave the Goblin Shortcutter right here. Um, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the Goblin Shortcutter and place it with these sleight of hands. So here we go. So there's the 3, but all I have to do is invisibly grab that Goblin Shortcutter because he shortcuts from one hand to the other. Now I don't know if you can see, but here's the Goblin Shortcutter, and what's left over here? Obviously sleight of hands. There's nothing weird about that, right? If you guys missed it, let's do it again. We're going to do it again, okay? So here we have the 4 sleight of hands, the Goblin Shortcutter. Um, Before we turned over all of the sleight of hands, but this time let's leave 2 of them face up. So we'll leave this one face up, we'll leave this, and then here's the Goblin Shortcutter. Okay. And all we have to do, this time I'm going to do something different. I'm going to deliberately place the Goblin Shortcutter in between these 2 sleight of hand, okay? And now I'm going to go ahead and smash my hand into these 2 sleight of hands. And now, I don't know if you can tell, but when I've smashed it, they become 1 card. Actually, the 1 card is no longer 2 sleight of hands. It is actually Goblin Shortcutter. But wait, there's only 1 card over here in between these 2 sleight of hands. Well, here's the trick. You just have to hold on to it, these 2 different edges, and pull 1, 2, 3, and then 2 cards come out of the 1, and they are the remaining sleight of hands. And that, my friends, is I Know Kung Fu, starring Goblin shortcutter. Q Demon's like, WTF? Mind blown. Thanks for the mind blown, Keo. I know, was that weird? That was weird, right? Sometimes when I'm using like playing cards, maybe you're like, nah, that Nam guy, he's a little sus. But you know what? These magic cards, though, yes, it would be so impractical for me to have special magic cards, which, by the way, it would be. Yeah, and I assure you that all these magic cards that you see are legit magic cards. So that's, I'm like, I'm not destroying some potential magic cards just for like a trick. It's got to be a really killer trick, right? Thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie's Beats, Andres, and thank you for the applause, Andres. Andres says, imagine saying, I know Kung Fu on the floor. um, or is that a different pronunciation? I know Kung Fu on the floor. Oh, man. Thank you kindly for the claps, Felden Kane. Oh yes. Hold on. Felden Kane is here. I should bring out Felden's canes. Says Andres. All right, hold on. Let me. These are going to be tougher to do magic with, I think, because they are. I have I have two different quality ones. So, all right. Here we have the four Felden canes. And if you were curious, where Felden Kane's name came from, it came from Felden's cane, the Magic the Gathering card. Wow, that's a tongue twister if I didn't say so myself. All right. Okay. So yeah, and Felden Kane has a Felden Kane emote as well, which is this. All right. What can I do with what can you do with a Felden Kane cane? If a Felden Kane to Felden. Sorry, I'm trying to make like a tongue twister. I don't know if that worked. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me pull out one of those sleight of hands again. All right. So here's a sleight of hand. All right. Okay. So here's a sleight of hand. Let's see if we could follow the sleight of hand. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the sleight of hand, and I'm gonna leave it over here just for a second. And over here we have the Felden canes. And so, but here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna go ahead and see all the Felden canes are still over here, right? But all we need, you don't have to wonder. Cane can cane. Oh my God, we've got the emotes. So Felden cane, cane, Feldon, cane, crazy Asian. That's super weird because now if we take a look at all the Felden's canes, there's actually only one card over here, and if the one card over here, it's actually four cards, and all the Felden's canes are now over here, and this is the sleight of hand. Weird, huh? Weird. Oh yeah, that was not. I know Kung Fu. That was uh, that was a switch. Yeah. Thank you kindly for the claps and the applause, Felden Kane and Andres. Thank you guys. All right, all right, Felden Kane. We have a mission. We have to come up with a tongue twister. So we Felden Kane the noun. It could be either you, or it could be the cane or the card. And then there's the verb Felden Kane, the verb of like doing the action of the Felden Kane. So we have we have two nouns. We have a verb. So can Felden Kane be an adjective? That's the question, right? Because then we can have Felden Kane, Felden Kane. So it could be an adjective noun, right? And then Felden Kane, Felden Kane, Felden Kane verb, Felden Kane, Felden Kane. another pair of adjective noun Feldenkane, it would be like buffalo, 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 buffalo. Sorry, I forgot how many buffaloes make the minimum sentence. But anyway, there we go. We are summoning Feldenkane, says Andres. Are we summoning Feldenkane? Because Feldenkane is already here. So, unless we summon Feldenkane so much that it summoned Feldenkane in the past, and thus Feldenkane has been here because of this moment. I'm confused, but I believe you. Wait, you don't know about the buffalo 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 sentence? You can have a legitimate English, grammatically correct English sentence that's like buffalo 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 buffalo. Hold on. We're going to look this up for a second. All right. Okay, I just pulled up the Wikipedia. Let me go to this. Okay, all right. So here it is. Buffalo, buffalo. This is the Wikipedia page, by the way. If anybody cares, if you want to actually look it up. There it is. So buffalo, 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 buffalo. And I'm not reading the wiki because I've been through this before, but the capitalized buffalo are the city of Buffalo, and so this is Buffalo, Buffalo. So this is the city being an adjective. It's like, you know how you say like team names like New England Patriots, right? So they are Patriots from New England, but the New England portion is the adjective. So this is Buffalo, Buffalo, uh, and then Buffalo, Buffalo, and then one of these Buffalo is the verb to like bully or pick on other Buffalo, Buffalo, something like that, something like that. It's kind of weird, yeah. But anyway, there you go. It's a correct English sentence. How did we get? Oh, because Feldenkane. That's right. I'm trying to. So here it is: Buffalo adjective, Buffalo noun, Buffalo adjective, Buffalo noun, Buffalo verb, and then Buffalo adjective, Buffalo noun. So there you go. This is what I was referencing in my mind. But if you guys didn't know about this, then I guess that doesn't make as much sense. So anyway, there you go. Buffalo, 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 Buffalo. Done. All right. Cool. Andre says, I've reached that point in the game where I need to improve my English stats so I can understand a little more. Lol, 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 lol. Oh yes. I'm sorry. That was high level English. My apologies. Yes. That would be difficult for a non native English speaker to understand. To be fair, it's also hard for English speakers to understand. So, all right. Okay, the queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Uh, there you go. And let's see. In the interim, I think we're going. All right. I can see Q Demon has requested a trick. We'll go ahead and prep for that one. And Charlie's Beats has requested one as well. Let me prep for that one. By the way, you guys are giving me good rehearsal time for my Tuesday gig, so I can select from any of these. I don't think I really. Well, let me knock on wood now before I jinx myself. I haven't messed up any of these tricks tonight in any major. I messed up the presentation of one, but not the magic part. So no harm in accidentally um, revealing any magic secrets. So that's good. Okay, there it is. All right. Oh, and I do want to do this other one as well. This one's off menu, so I'm going to go ahead and put a Magician's Choice in after that. Okay, cool. All right, the ad break is done. And technically, I did do the ambitious card routine earlier. However, let's do it um, with the alternate ending. That'll be fun. Okay. All right. So here we go. Ambitious card routine, and we're going to be using Kyo Demon signed Nine of Spades because Kyo has requested the trick, so let's go ahead and do that. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and take Kyo and place him into the middle of the deck. This is going to represent him being dropped into the middle of his game, of his Heat 32 run of Hades, but he's going to go ahead and try and make it up to the surface. Now, even when he makes it to the surface, he's going to try and start over. Look, we're going to go ahead and take Kyo and place him near the bottom. This is where he starts Tartarus, and he's going to try and get back up to the top. But he does need some time, even though he's got tight deadline on, but he's not quite at the top yet. So we do need to wait until he fights through all the hordes of enemies and ends up making it all the way up to the top where he defeats Hades, and there he is. Now, sometimes you might think that Q Demon's using some sort of cheat code, and no. Actually, it's probably less likely that Q Demon's using a cheat code because Q Demon's actually playing on a console, PS5, I believe. And so, look, Q Demon is going to be thrown into the middle of Hades, and you think, oh, maybe he's defeated Hades, but no, he's not quite there yet. And then maybe you think he's all the way at the bottom near in Tartarus. But look, if we just go ahead and give Kyo a minute, I don't know if you can tell, but look, Kyo has jumped back up to the top. Now, sometimes when you apply too much heat, there's actually a curveball, and here's what we're going to do to simulate that curveball. I'm going to go ahead and put a bend into Kyo Demon's card, okay? And you'll be able to see Kyo Demon's card because, look, it's got the bend in it. And we're going to go ahead and once again, we're going to put Kyo Demon into the middle of the deck. You see that bend right there? And here's what we're going to do. If we just give it a 1, 2, give it a second for Kyo to just fight through the hordes, get up to the top, and escape Hades, you'll see the very moment when he defeats and jumps to the surface. Ready? 1, 2, and I don't know if you can tell now, but look, this top card has a bend in it because it's gone from the middle all the way up to the top. If you were here, you can take a look, you can grab it yourself and inspect and see it is indeed Q Demon signed 9 of Spades with the bend. And that is the ambitious card routine, but with the alternate ending. So I don't normally end the trick that way because, especially if I'm out and about, you do end up having to bend the card back. But um, sometimes, like near the end of a gig, or like, oh man, I really want to impress like this particular group or these people or something, then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pull out the kicker ending. Boom. Thank you kindly for the claps. Felden Kane, Kyo Demon, Andres, thank you for the applause. Kyo Demon Andres. Zeolus42, welcome in. Had hacks. Or maybe you just meant hacks the first time and just wanted to be clear. um, thank you kindly. Well, autocorrect. Oh, okay. Welcome in, Zeolus42. How's it going? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Okay, next up, we have a request from Charlie's Beats for a trick called Bee Sisters. I have occasionally used this as a finale for the stream. It's not my like top tier first, closers, but it's probably in my second tier preferred closers. So, um, Zeolus says, saying hi, quick sleep time for me. All right, Zeolus, thanks for stopping in. Have a good night. Sleep well. Take care. I do understand I do stream late on a Sunday, and so if you're not in the same boat that I am, unemployment, then yeah, I can imagine you need to sleep, and totally understand. But I appreciate stopping in, and have a good night. All right. Okay, so here we go. I've got one, two, three, four cards here, and we have the red aces. Let me just go ahead and leave that one there, and this one we're going to leave here. Now we have the two black aces here in my hand. Now if I go ahead and I grab these two red aces, not physically, but just in my fingers, it's almost like magic dust, and I just sprinkle. I don't know if you can tell, but I've taken those red aces and placed them here in my hand. If you don't believe me, I'll show you. Now, some people are asking, wait, where are the black aces? And their eyes immediately go here, but that's not actually where they are, because if you remember, I took the red aces from here and put them here, and I never put anything there. So now if we take a look at these are actually empty. But now, let me go ahead and take the red aces, and I'm going to blow them away. And I don't know if you can tell, but now these cards are also empty, and all of the aces have disappeared. And that is a performance of Bee Sister. Thank you for that request, Charlie's Beats. Q Demon's like, what? I assume that that's what that means. Hopefully, I got the emotion right behind it. Thank you, Kylie, for the claps. Q Demon, Velvet Kane, Charlie's Beats, and thank you for the applause, Andres. Okay. All right. Let me not mess this part up. Okay. Boom, 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 and boom. Okay. All right. I have messed that trick up once, but there was one time where I was like, I was not messing up the trick, and like, wait, this isn't how it's supposed to be, but it was actually just the normal way it's supposed to be, and I just was second guessing myself on stream, and I was like, oh, okay. All right. Okay. This next trick is going to be another coin trick that I'm practicing. And so hopefully I don't mess it up. So here we go. Alright, so I have 4 coins here, and these are actually Japanese coins, or replica. They're not real. Not real tender. And they do have a hole in between them. And so we are going to go ahead and do something interesting with these coins, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to leave these 4 over here, and if I close them up, all I have to do is touch the thumbs together, and when I do, that will transfer a coin from one hand to the other. Because I don't know if you can tell, there's 3, 1, 2, 3 over here, and 1 over here. Super weird, right? Okay, so now, once again, if you missed that, we'll do it again. So look, we have 1, 2, 3 over here, and I'm going to pick up this one with this hand. And once again, we're just going to go ahead and have our thumbs touch. I don't know if you can tell, but now if we take a look, there's only 2 coins over here, and there's 2 coins over here. Huh. Weird, huh? Super weird. So now, if I just go ahead and I, once again, have 2 coins over here, I pick up these 2 over here. Okay. If I close my hands, touch the thumbs, I don't know if you can tell, but look. There's now 1 coin over here, and there's 1, 2, 3 over here. Super weird, huh? Okay. So now, if you were here, I would ask you to put all of these coins into your hand and just get the feel of like 4 coins in your hand, right? But I just want you to imagine me taking a coin from here and placing it here in my hand, just like this, okay? And what I would do is I would then go ahead and I close my hand over here. And what we would do is just have you uh, stick out your thumb, right? And so that's how this would work. And so you go ahead and stick out your thumb, and I'll simulate it like this. And I don't know if you can tell, but actually, if we take a look and you spread, you could actually open up your hand right now, and you would be able to inspect yourself and count out 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is a performance of a trick called coins across, because the coins traveled across my thumbs. And yeah, so that is a magician's choice, because I don't think... Thank you kindly for the claps, Andres, Felden Kane, Keo Demon, Charlie's Beats, and thank you so much for the applause. And Andres has also got the mind blown. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm so comfortable with everything in that trick. I think based on what I showed, mechanically I understand it. I don't think everything is as smooth and fluid as I'd like it yet, but I got to keep on doing it so that I can get to that point. And then maybe at that point I'll put it on the list. But yeah. So hopefully that looked good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I think that was a good practice run. Okay, next up we have a request from Andres. Thank you for the request, Andres. And this is a trick called Jumping Gemini, which this is indeed a boss trick. Guys, you found a boss trick. So let's see if I can beat the boss today. Let me just also double check. Yep, okay. All right. So let's see if I can do this trick today without messing this up. Oh, yeah, if anybody who's here doesn't know what a boss trick is, there it is. Okay. So we have an ad break is starting. Okay. I'm not going to start this trick until after the ad break is over, because the performance of the trick will run into the ad. So I guess I can just rehearse it really quick. So here I would practice this thing, and then I would practice this thing, and then I would practice this thing, and then I would practice this thing. And of course, I would take this thing and place it in this thing. And, this sounds really weird if you just listen to the audio and you don't see what's going on. Because, yeah, this. Out of context, says Andres. Yeah. Exactly. Yep, that's right. Okay, yep. And I think, yeah, I'm presenting it a little bit differently in my mind. I think the way that I messed it up last time, I didn't really like mess it. I just didn't like how I presented it. So I don't think I messed up the magic, but all right. Ad break is starting now. All right, quick guys, what should I talk about so that everybody who's not subbed will want to sub because I say ridiculous things during during ad break time? Oh, so fun thing. My kid knows how to do this. So I don't know if you've done this before. It's not a magic trick, um, but she's like going to be in kindergarten later this year, so she's in preschool. But she learns how to do this, and she's like, I want to be able to. And she goes and shows all of her friends in her class at school, and she's trying to teach them how to do it. None of them can do it. Obviously, she learned how to do it because I helped teach her how to do it here at home. But now she can do it, and she's the only kid that can do it in her entire class. And her teacher can't do it either. Or at least that's what she says, or that's what the kids believe. So, and I'm like, yes, that's and so she feels like she's cool because she can do this thing that not everybody else can do. Um, and something that she wants to learn how to do is she wants to learn how to whistle, which I have trouble doing. But recently, when I've been walking around in BJ's, I don't know if anybody else has walked around in BJ's, but they have these little robots that kind of stroll through like the aisles, and the robot will make like a whistling sound. Hold on, let me try and do it. And so every time I'm there with her, I will try and whisper, I will try and whistle at the robot the same way the robot's whistling back. And so yeah, that's anyway. I digress. But that's the story. So there we go. Anyway, it's so cute. One day I hope that I can teach my kid magic and she will know how to do a bunch of things that nobody else understands. Yeah. It won't be nobody. There's a few people that understand magic out there, so it happens. All right. Okay, so I got 4 cards here, and we are going to show you what all 4 cards are. Now, in the world of magic, when you do magic with lots of cards, you have extra cards, you have partial decks and stuff all the time. So I just want to show you that here. We've got an Ace of Clubs. We have another Ace of Clubs. We have this Ace of Clubs. And of course, I'm just going to give you a guess what this last one. This is also an Ace of Clubs, right? So, um, and here's the thing: these Ace of Clubs are all magic because look, if I go ahead and I place this Ace of Clubs here into the middle of this packet, you'll see that look, Ace of Clubs, right? Even if I take one card out, you see, look, Ace of Clubs. If I place this at the bottom, what's on the top? You'll see Ace of Clubs, right? Even if I take this, place it at the bottom again, you see Ace of Clubs. And now at this point, some people are starting to wonder, wait, is everything an ace of clubs? So ace of clubs, ace of clubs. And now everybody suspects, hey, I bet you're just using four of the same card. And to that, I would look at them and reply, you know what? I'm sorry, but you're right. I believe I am using four of the same card. I am using one Jack of Diamonds, two Jack of Diamonds, three Jack of Diamonds, and of course, four Jack of Diamonds. Now, of course, you're going to get into huge trouble if you get into this situation where they suspect that you are using four of the same of any card for really any reason. And so here's what you need to do. You need to make the cards disappear because here is a blank card. Here is a blank card. Here is a blank and a blank card. And that, my friends, I will call a successful performance of Jumping Gemini. And we beat the boss. Boom. All right. Man, if we take a look, I've beaten 116 boss tricks. And you know, that represents a lot of good practice of me messing up tricks and then getting it right on a subsequent stream. And there we go. So thank you kindly for the claps. Andres, Feldenkane, Keo, thanks for the applause. And Andre says, what? That's hopefully I captured the correct amount of what the hell did you do? Like so there we go. All right. Okay. Next up we have a trick requested by Geodemon. Also, this is going to be a good time for me to do last call. I'm thinking about ending in like 15, 20 minutes, so this would be a good time to call last call. So if anybody wants to see more magic after this, feel free to request it, and we'll put it in the queue. I will certainly finish everything in the queue, and then we will definitely still do a finale trick, unless one of the ones happens a really good finale trick, in which case I may just move them around and make it be a finale trick. Um, but let me go ahead and get ready for matching the cards. And actually, I haven't done this one out live, but I was actually thinking about putting it in the show for Tuesday. So this will be a good one. Assuming I get it right. If I don't get it right, that might be a little embarrassing. Um, okay. Okay. All right. Excellent. So here we go. All right. We have the deck. Let's go ahead and give this a little bit of a mix here. Let's go ahead and give these some cuts. And all right, so I'm going to make a prediction. And I'm going to go ahead and just spread through. And when I feel like the time is right, this will be the prediction. All right, great. So this is going to be our prediction. And now we are going to go ahead and try and find three cards to hopefully fit with the prediction. Okay, and so let's go ahead and find our first card to match with that. Okay, and so I'm feeling this is the card. ace of hearts. And so ace of hearts, let's go ahead and place the ace of hearts over here. Now that means this could be a heart or it could be an ace. Okay, and so there. Let's go ahead and do some cuts here. All right, so this next one, let's go ahead and see if, this is an ace of spades. So ace of hearts, ace of spades. So it's looking more and more likely that that is an ace. Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and just do a bunch of cuts here. And let's go ahead and find the ace of diamonds. Oh, okay, okay. So if this is the ace of hearts, ace of clubs, and ace of diamonds, um, in order for the prediction to be amazing, what should it be? It should be, I think a lot of people would say, the ace of spades, right? And so now I ask the crowd, what should it be? And I hear somebody say eight of spades. And I was like, wait. Did you just say eight of spades? And lo and behold, the amount of magic in the room is seething. And of course, what they say happens to manifest, and this is indeed the eight of spades. And I'm like, oh. So I guess this won't be that impressive if these three don't match, right? I'm like, wait. I'm a magician, and we can make this work. So I go ahead and I grab the eight of spades, and this is not impressive if this is the ace of hearts, ace of clubs, and ace of diamonds. But if I turn them into the eight of hearts, the eight of clubs, and the eight of spades, or sorry, eight of diamonds, then they will match the prediction. That's weird, right? That's weird. Is that weird? Is that a little weird? That's weird. Thank you kindly for the request, Kyo Demon. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps, Kyo Demon, Andres, Felden. And thank you for the applause, Andres. All right. Next up, we have Overture. And let's go ahead and use, let's see here. Where are we? There. Okay. And then I just want a couple of cards to contrast with this. Boom, boom. Okay. All right. Next up is a trick called Overture. Thank you for the request, Charlie's Beats. And here we have two black aces, two red kings. And here I'm going to go ahead and turn the two red kings face down, and I'll place the two black aces face up in between them. When I reverse count them, if I don't do any magic, the situation is going to be the same. The black aces will still be face up in between the face down red kings. But now, if I go ahead and I do a magical shake, this magical shake changes everything, because I don't know if you can tell, but now if we look at the two cards in the middle, the two red kings will be face up. I know, super weird, right? That doesn't make any sense. Now, we'll do that again if you missed it. If I do a reverse count, nothing happens if I don't do a magical shake. The red kings are still face up in the middle. But now if I reverse count and I hold the packet and I give it this magical shake changes everything. I don't know if you can tell. The magical shake changes everything. Because now if we take a look, the two black aces are now face up in between. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? And that, my friends, is an overture. Thank you for that request. Charlie's Beats. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. So yeah, that one is a quick one, and that's one that I like to do while I'm walking around, and I get some good reactions. Because they're like, wait, what? Do that again. And so I've already built like, so often when I did that first, it's only just like one phase. And every time I do that, they're like, do it again. I'm like, okay, sure. Here, let me show you. And then, so I built that into the performance now. So I always do it like the 2 times. And then they're like, what? Thank you kindly for the claps. Felden Kane, Charlie's Beats, Andres. Let's see, next up is you can't choose this card. All right, technically, um, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and do this with, um, you know what? You know what? We're going to do this one with Magic the Gathering cards. Okay. So, hold on. Let me find some appropriate Magic the Gathering cards. And then this will be hopefully amazing. I think it would be awesome if we could do that. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so this is going to be, you can't choose the sleight of hand. That's going to be the version of the trick that we're doing. All right. So, here we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, and I want you to track any and all of the sleight of hands that you can find. So here is a sleight of hand. Here is a sleight of hand. Here is a sleight of hand. And then, of course, this one is also a sleight of hand. All right, and so now I need you to select a sleight of hand. So go ahead and select any one of these cards. If anybody wants to click on the oh, an ad break is coming. If anybody wants to click on the screen, okay, somebody thinks it's this one. Let's see. Anybody else? Okay, somebody else thinks it's this one. Okay, great. All right. Anybody else want to get coverage? All right. Okay, all right. It's a good thing that you did not select this one, okay? Because it is actually not a sleight of hand. It is indeed a zombie Goliath. All right. Good thing you didn't select this one either, because this one is indeed a what is that? A Capuchin Knight. All right. So I saw this person click first. So unfortunately, this is a Goblin Shortcutter. Oh, he makes a return. He makes a return. And this one. So therefore, by process of elimination, whoever clicked here, you must have won, because this is not the sleight of hand. This is a giant growth. And that, my friends, is you can't choose sleight of hand. It chooses you. Thank you for this heat map. I'm going to go ahead and eat this. Delicious. And there we go. That was you cannot choose sleight of hand. Sleight of hand chooses you. We used to, so this might not be correct anymore, but my friends and I used to make Mother Russia jokes, and so you can see where this is going, probably. Keo Demon, thank you so much for the 5 gifts. Oh, guys, I don't know if you know, when this happens, we need to do as much magic as fast as possible, and so let's go ahead and begin with 4 aces. So, all right. here's what we are going to do. We are going to try and have you track the ace of spades. Now I'm going to go ahead and place the ace of spades here. The ace of clubs will go here. Where's the ace of spades? I didn't do any magic. It's still right there. See? Ta-da. All right, now we're going to go ahead and do the magic in a moment. Fast AF magic, yes. So here, I'm going to do that again. Ace of spades right here. Ace of clubs over here. And now we will go ahead and swap them. I don't know if you can tell, but there's no ace of spades over here anymore. Actually, neither of these are the black aces because the black aces are over here and here the ace of spades. Okay, all right. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and leave the 4 aces off over here just for a second. We're going to need a card selected. We're just going to go very quick. Actually, you know what? We could use the Kyo Demon sign 9 of spades, right? Okay, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and place the Kyo Demon sign 9 of spades right there. And we're going to use the 4 aces to help us find the Kyo Demon signed. But it's going to be hard for them to find it when they're over here because it's over there, right? And so look, what we're going to do is I'm going to wave my hand over this packet. So 1, 2, and I don't know if you can tell, but 3. Those 4 cards turned into this 1 card, and this. Now if I fan this 1 card is going to fan to 4 cards. And if we take a look at this 1 card, this is our signed 9 of spades. And if we take a look at these 4 cards are indeed our 4 helpers, the 4 aces. Okay, alright. Now, let's go ahead and let's see. Let's go ahead and have a card selected. Let's go ahead and have this one be selected. I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, it's a hype train, so I'm not going to turn my head. But let's everybody take a look at it, okay? So it's 7 of hearts. Adams signed 7 of hearts. We're going to go ahead and place the 7 of hearts back into the middle of this deck. And now I'm going to have this deck jump around. And so here, we're going to go ahead and say... Okay, and so that deck has just jumped around a lot. I know it looked like it was a jumble, but it actually jumped around that card. Your card, or our selected card. Because now if I spread through the deck, there's actually 1 card facing in the opposite direction. In this case, oh, and it happened to be surrounded by the aces, because take a look. I don't know if you can tell, but this is indeed the 7 of hearts. Alright, so let's go ahead and have another card selected. Doesn't really matter what it is. It's the 4 of spades. Let's go ahead and grab the 4 of spades, and we're going to lose the 4 of spades into the middle of the deck right here. Thank you kindly for the claps, Kyo Demon. And so we're just going to go ahead and now give this a shuffle. And we will shuffle it like this. We'll give that a shuffle like this. And then what we will do now is we're going to do something unthinkable. We're going to have cards shuffled face up into face down. And this part's going to be painful. If here we go. And we will interweave those cards just like this. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is the part that's going to pain me because we're going to go ahead and push these together. Ugh. And so now, just so you can see how messed up these cards are. So we've got face up into face down cards, just like that. And here's the situation. So we have back to a front. We've got a front to a back. We've got a back to a back. Yeah, and so here's what we're going to do, though. We're going to fix this. I'm going to use the shadow of my hand, and that shadow is going to go ahead and fix all of the cards in the deck right now, because now, I don't know if you can tell, but look, the entire deck has been fixed by my shadow. Because if I spread, every single card is now facing in the exact same direction. Every single card except for 1. And it should be our 4 of spades. Boom! Alright. Was that a good end? Did I... That was good, right? Alright, so first things first, I missed a bunch of chat, and let me go back and thank everybody, but Kyo Demon, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see who we got. Igloo Kid, Bayjambi, Memloss, Beth Kinda Sorta, and Reality Ripple. Thank you for giving those gift subs out, Kyo Demon. Um, let's see. And then, of course, we missed. So, Kagome Shuko, welcome in. And Shuffer Stern, welcome in. Thank you for coming. You guys made it right before the hype train. And so, you guys got to see the hype train. So, great. Excellent. Um, and then, let's see here. Oh, and that was also during an ad break. So, sorry for anybody who missed like the beginning of that because the ad break started and then the hype train started. And then Andres was like, "Let's go!" He was like, "Fast AF magic," and then the ad break ended. And then let's see here. Thank you kindly, and I assume that a bunch of these were like for tricks throughout. So thank you kindly for the claps and the emotes and the hype. Keo Demon, Andres, Schuffer Stern, Felton Kane. Schuffer Stern's got the hype. But yes, if anybody enjoyed that music was actually an original composition of our friend and mod Gibson Lens, and I actually there was 2 performance versions of that song that I kind of put together because like each performance was like 3 minutes and some change, but then I cut parts of it, and so I would alternate the performances, and then at the very end I overlaid both of them. And I did this in a very now that I've done some audio editing with like better software, I did it in Audacity, which if anybody's ever used Audacity on Windows, it's pretty arcane, and I'm like, I can't believe I did it in that. Um, oh, and I forgot. Andres, I saw your question about which dog I was using. I'm using Cakewalk Sonar. Um, Cakewalk Sonar. I think I dropped it in my tools channel, but I saw that you had asked which digital audio workstation I was using, and I didn't answer, but I was going to, and so I might as well tell you now. So Andres, that is to answer your question. Um, and then let's see. Kagome Shuko says, "Oh, if I have enough money once all my bills are paid, I'm gonna get Twitch Turbo and won't have ads for at least a month. Might not always be able to afford it, but on months that I can, yeah. I mean, if you are on Twitch a lot, like Twitch Turbo can be worth it for you. So I kind of equate certain subscriptions to being like, all right, is it worth paying for this thing or not? And like, um, so I do hang out on Twitch. I don't mind being exposed to ads, especially now because I'm kind of unemployed. But for like YouTube, I've already made the decision that because I'm a YouTube creator, I watch a lot of YouTube. Some of my YouTube videos that I watch are like just a couple minutes long, and I can't be watching like 30-second ads for like a 3-minute magic trick every single time I watch a magic trick. So it's like, all right, it's a no-brainer. I have to pay for YouTube. But I'm like, all right, if I've chosen to support like what creators I can support, and I can't go overboard right now, but yeah. And so um Andre says incredible, I didn't know that. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, so I'm letting you know, Andres. Kagome Shuko says, yeah, following lots of Twitch streamers by now. Yes, if you're following lots of Twitch streamers, it can be worth it for you. And so if you're like, man, these ads are super annoying, by all means, Keo Demon clips to help them find you. Oh, oh, okay. You're saying I should make more clips? Is that because I don't make that many clips? And when I do, they're like most of the time when I clip things, I'm clipping tricks for people. I'm not like clipping like the funniest parts. Although Gibson Lens's last clip was me doing the fast forward thing, and that was funny. Shorts on YouTube. Yeah, here's the one thing about shorts. I kind of oppose shorts mostly because they don't do much for monetization on YouTube, and to this very day, I don't have that many shorts. on my YouTube. So I could make more. I'd have to just prioritize doing it, but um, yeah, we can see how that goes in the you know. Kagome Shuko says, got an ad blocker that seems to work, but I prefer supporting streamers if I can. Thanks, Kagome Shuko. Appreciate it. Yeah, we creators, especially creators that don't do anything else, currently not doing anything else, definitely appreciate it. So, all right, and that was a hype train. So, Kyo Demon, thank you so much for the hype train. Greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I hadn't thought about trying to go viral because I hate like when videos have clickbaity titles, and it almost seems like that's the only way to go. And I'm like, ugh. So, like, I'm even creating right now. I'm creating TikTok videos, and I don't really enjoy making TikTok videos. So, you know, the one thing that I am kind of getting a kick out of right now is I am also putting up magic videos on LinkedIn. And those have like skyrocketed my LinkedIn page views. So, that's all right. So let's see here. I am going to close the queue, but we will go ahead and do a finale trick. And I think I've decided which one I wanted to. Man, I can't type. Uh, Imagine. Okay, so that will be the one that we. What? Okay, I was just rate limited by my own bot. Okay, all right, so we'll do that one for the finale today. But yeah, so I'm always right now. I'm looking for different things to do. So if you guys were here, I don't know, like months ago, I was talking about trying to get like like developer technical gig work, and I had tried doing some stuff with a company called Data Annotation, and that did not go very well. And I kind of dismissed the idea of like working with more of them. But recently, one of them reached out to me, and they were like offering kind of similar stuff, but the pay rate was a lot higher, and it was for some specialty expertise, and in this case for video editing. And I'm like, I have video editing experience, so they were like, yeah, if you could sign up for these projects. And I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna give that a try at this other. It's almost kind of like a company like Data Annotation, but it's a completely other company. I don't want to say anything more about it just in case like either it doesn't go well or like I have to like trash talk it later. So or if I have high praise, I want to be able to reserve the right later for this other company. Um, but anyway, so yeah, that's kind of like the big thing in that's happening right now. So good luck, thanks, Feldon. And otherwise, I'm going to start advertising my app that I did an app, put it on the App Store this week, and so I'm gonna tell people on my LinkedIn and things. I do have one more nom notes to talk about or to wrap up before I announce it, but otherwise that's kind of where we're at. So Kagome Shuko says maybe that'll be good for you. Yeah. Wish I could find online writing work in my fields. Yeah, I feel like writing, unless you're like a copywriter or a copy editor, it probably is hard because I think the threat of what a lot of people are calling AI slop is uh, is kind of tough. So I don't know what writing works specifically, but I think like complex and technical writing is probably still safe for now to some extent because even if like the words come out of AI slop as it looks correct, but like it doesn't actually follow, then that's tough. But if it's just like general writing, journalistic writing, entertainment writing, that could be in potential peril. Uh, Andre says, "Buena suerte." Crazy. All right. I think that means good night. So good night, Andres. Good to see you. Sleep well. Take care. Yeah, there isn't for lack of like online remote work, but some of it is either sketchy, tough to get into, high standards. There's sometimes complaints. No, no. Oh, is that not what it means? All right, hold on. Look at this. Oh, it means good luck. Oh, okay. Hold on. In English, buena suerte. Oh, it means good luck. Okay. Sorry, I translated incorrectly. Okay. Kagome Shuka says, "Yeah, not a technical writer. My fields are journalism, English, and theater." Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that would be rough. I would say good luck, Kagome. I think that's the. Oh, wait. Let me learn. So I'm going to learn this. Buena suerte, Kagome. So that's what I will say. All right, let me find this trick. And an ad break is going to start, so I won't say anything crucial for the stream uh, yet. Nice, says Andres. Did I pronounce it? Is my pronunciation okay? Buena suerte. I, even though I didn't know what it meant, I think I understood how to pronounce it. Actually, this is pronunciation. Yes. All right. Okay. I'm gonna ask the internet. Let me see here. All right. Here we go. Do this. Okay. Do this, and then come on. All right. There we go. Ready?
Buena suerte.
Buena suerte. Suerte. Hold on.
Buena suerte.
Yeah. Buena suerte. All right. Oh wait. Let's do it in English.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. Sorry, I'm having way too much fun. All right. Um. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Ad break is starting. Okay. All right. What can we do to try and incentivize people to want to pay for content and subscribe? Mm, if I do just do something silly like, oh, you know what? Wouldn't it be hilarious if I was just like doing something silly on screen and like they couldn't hear me and I was just very silent? Like I'm not even trying to actually clap, but I could even sing in. I've got a bunch of lovely coconuts, diddly diddly, here they are, dancing in the rain. Oh, you know what we haven't done today yet, and what I should probably do. Okay, hold on, wait. I've got to do this during the ad break. Okay. All right. So, okay, here we go. We have Gibson eyes. Speaking of Gibson eyes, Gibson lens, I clap like that when Zoom can't handle loud noises. Oh, that's actually kind of interesting. 1, 2, and 3 is like the slowest ever. No, I messed that up. See, and it's like sus eyes. The sus eyes are looking at how poorly I did that. Okay, all right. So, but now we're going to relax from a sus eyes posture, and then we're going to go from sus eyes to regular eyes. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to. Oh yeah, the ad break is finishing now. Okay, and now we're gonna go from regular eyes back to sus eyes. Huh! And that might have looked okay. All right, okay, and that is the entirety uh, of the ad break. Okay, cool. But um, so Gibson lens, I had no idea that people deliberately do that, but it just occurred to me. But it makes sense. Like if you don't like loud noises, makes perfect sense. Oh yes, that's right. We have the emote, the eyes to sus eyes, and back. Should there be like a Toy Story, like to infinity and beyond, but like to sus eyes and back? I don't know. That's so. Nah, mean judges you, says Kyo. And deep denial. Kagome says sometimes I like to do the over translate thing in Google Translate, like English to French and then French to Arabic and Arabic to Russian, Russian to Spanish, and soon until I'm finally back to English. Things can get really silly. Yes, there's been exercises where if you just do like certain translations or the number of language, and it just shows you how like imprecise language is. Um, so Gibson Len says, yeah, if too many people care clapping the are clapping, the noise reduction filter kicks in. Yes, I've experienced that on Zoom. Yep. Jimmy Page, welcome in. How's it going? Nam, when you practicing palming, does it ruin the cards? Uh, it depends, Jimmy. So there's maybe a bunch of different palms that don't really affect the card shape much at all, and then there are palms that will ruin the cards. So depending on which palms they are, uh, yes and no. So for each palm and each and each hand, it will determine whether you ruin the cards or not. So for example, I don't do the classic palm much because I will ruin the cards using classic palm. My favorite palm, Tenkai palm, I use a lot and doesn't really bother the cards much at all. Uh, by the way, I'm just mentioning a bunch of like inside baseball stuff between me and Jimmy right now. But if you're hearing this, that's fine. It's um, there's a bunch of clips that I can do, and they don't really require damaging the card. They're a little bit tricky, but you can do them, and it doesn't really hurt the card at all. Um, what other palms? There's like certain cop where, um, for example, there's some tricks that I did a cop on earlier today, and it doesn't ruin the card, but just be aware it can misshapen the card. But you just bend it back, and most of the time it bounces back. If you have like a good, like just bicycles, they'll bounce back. Or any like premium decks, they usually bounce back. Cheap decks, though, you don't want to do palming with cheap decks. So Kagome says, I did that with Babelish back in the 1990s before Google Translate existed. Yeah, oh, so Babelfish is probably what you meant. Yeah, but yeah, I was familiar with Babelfish as well. So yeah. All right. Cool. So, Jimmy, I hope that answers the question. And Kagome, man, Babelfish, that is a blast from the past. I have not heard that in like probably a decade and a half, probably. Yeah. All right, cool. So, we are going to wrap up now, and so now it has approached that time, guys. Thank you for coming on, hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for everybody who interacted with the stream, whether you chatted in chat, did a sound alert, clicked on the heat map, requested a trick, emotes. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun for me. Thank you to all the lurkers out there, because magic is one of those rare art forms where if I'm practicing magic at home, there's no magic happening. Um, Thank you for all the support today. Thank you for the 3 stream watch streak, Chan the Magic Man, and thank you for the resub during the Hades stream, Adam07950. And thank you for the 5 gift subs, Keo Demon, and for that hype train. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that hype train. Kagome, somebody had even made a script that lets you put in English and it ran it through all of the languages in Babelfish. That's amazing, Kagome. That's kind of hilarious. Let's see here. Guys, if you are not following our friends and mods, if you can give them some mod love. Chan the Magic Man. Chan is one of the other magicians on Twitch that perform magics. Give him a follow, and you can catch him doing magic on Magic Mondays. If you're looking for more magic on Twitch, there's actually a bunch of us now, so you can go to that link tree, and there's like 6 or 7 of us listed now. So check us out. If you are not following our friend and mod Felden Kane. Please give Felden Kane a follow. Felden Kane is a variety gamer, plays JRPGs, plays games with collabing with other people who play games. Has also been doing some other streams. Um, I also found out that Felden Kane is working on a bot, so we're going to. I'm going to take a look at it because Felden Kane has invited me to the code repos, so we'll see what those do, and if he needs any help or testing, we'll probably assist there. If you're not following our friend and mod Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens is a pianist, composer, video game developer, movie critic, and all of those things. It's actually been over a year since Gibson Lens released his first album, and if you want to listen to it, you can check at that ungilded link right there. And he's also released another single afterwards called Rejourney, so check that out as well. All right. If you guys want to see more of me and I'm not around, you can check out my YouTube channel. I have over 350 magic tricks on YouTube. Check it out. And if you want to see when I go live, you can follow me here on Twitch. The best place to see when I go live is also my Discord. Come hop in the Discord. Um, and then let's see. Oh, if anybody, I don't know why I do the disclaimer anymore because I think there's enough stuff. But if anybody was concerned that this was real magic, none of it was real magic. It was all sleight of hand. None of it is black magic or sorcery or deals with the devil. And it's the best cover story ever. All right. What says Kyo Demon? Sorry. Let me try and get what. Was it accurate? Was that okay? All right. I'm sorry. I know deep down inside, Q Demon wants it to be a deal with the devil, right? Is that he wants me to have signed a pact with Hades? Because if I sign a pact with Hades, then Crazy Asian will appear in Hades 3. Is that right? Is that right? Okay. Um, all right. And then, oh, if I'm going to do a finale trick, and then if this finale trick doesn't go well, if you didn't know, I don't like to end stream on a trick that doesn't go well. So we're going to do another finale trick if I mess it up. Otherwise, we're going to find somebody to raid after this. So, speaking of which, I should just take a quick glance at everything else that's currently going and see. Hmm. Oh yeah, there's a handful of people we can go see. So for sure. All right, yeah. Okay, should not be an issue. Shuffer Stern says Ghostbusters. Oh wait, that's a Gibson. Wait a second. Does that mean I? Oh, I have it too. Excellent. Nice. Okay. All right, everybody. This is going to be the finale, and here we go. I want you to imagine that I have a packet of cards in my hand. I want you to imagine that they're all jokers. So we have one, two, three. Oh, okay. So four cards, three jokers. One of them is actually a queen of clubs. I want you to imagine that this is a queen of clubs, and I want you to imagine that the queen of clubs is red backed and that every other card is blue backed. Okay. So there we go. I just want you to imagine. Now here's what I'm going to do. We are going to go ahead and take that queen of clubs. I'm going to take it, place it underneath the table. I'm going to throw it through the table, through the mat, back into my hand. Because if I show you, here it is. I know, is that weird? That's weird, right? But look, if I take the queen of clubs, take it, place it underneath the table, throw it back, it goes through the table, through the pad, back into my hand, you'll be able to see that it appears once again. Now we're going to go ahead and do that one more time. I'm going to throw it through the table, through the mat, back into my hand. And as you can see, it is still there. But actually, do you remember what I said about I wanted you to imagine that the Queen of Clubs was red backed. Well, you had a very strong imagination because if I show you, there was no Queen of Clubs. So very good imagination. But actually, I don't know if you remember that I actually asked you to also imagine that these are all jokers. Well, you have a great imagination there as well. And that, my friends, I will call a successful finale. I just realized I am now. So normally I don't have my my stream is lagging behind for it going out and coming back in. But thank you kindly for the claps, Keo Demon, Schafferstern, Andres, and thank you kindly for the mind blown Andres. Thank you kindly for the claps, Gibson Lens. All right, let's go ahead and clear this. Thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie's Beats. Once again, guys, there's so many fun and cool streamers that we have in chat. Everybody follow everybody. So everybody is cool. As far as I have seen, I don't think we saw anybody that I wouldn't endorse as, a follow. So follow all our friends. All right. So let's find somebody to raid. I think and just so long as, hold on, let me just double check and see how long this person has been going. And also let me check when the last time the raid. Let me refer to the spreadsheet because unsurprising, I have a stream spreadsheet. Okay, let's see. We have rated out to this person before, and the last time we rated out to this person was September of 2025. So let's go ahead and raid over there. Andre says, "Thanks for the stream." You're welcome, Andres. Thank you for being here. Thank everybody for being here. Um, oh yeah, let me unpin this. So thanks. Thank you, Andres, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens, Schaffer Stern, Kyo Demon, Kagome Shuko. Let's see here. All right. Thank you, guys. Uh, this was one for the books, says Kyo Demon. Absolutely. I love books. And so does my wife. She's a librarian. All right. So I think today we are going to be rating. Um, Thank you for the magic. You're welcome, Schaffer Stern. Let's see here. So if you want to copy a raid call, so here's a raid call for those who are not subbed. Here's a sub raid call for those who are subbed. And then our raid target today is going to be Zul'Janim. And so if you want to come along for the raid, Zul'Janim is a South Korean pianist. And for a long time, I would follow and watch and listen, but then I think there was Zujunim went on a hiatus, but this is when Twitch took away the monetization of South Korea, and that's like a long story. So anyway, I'm gonna start. Oh, an ad break starting soon. All right, we've gotta go over there. So I'm gonna start, and then we'll say bye. All right, everybody. Um, Once again, thanks for coming out and hanging out with me. This was super fun. Uh, Everybody remember to hydrate, remember to stretch, remember to get good sleep because, as we all know, it's very hard to get good sleep nowadays. And great seeing everybody. Take care, sleep well, and we'll see you around. All right. Bye. Jefferson. See you. Have a great week. Oh, for anybody who likes anime, Jana.